If you're just here for some quick advice, skip to the 2-minute mark, but I'm going to describe what occurs and why you're stuck in this position in the first place. Lower back pain, self-help guide, something you can do now. The lower back is from here all the way down. What constitutes the lower back is it's just below the ribs and it goes all the way down to the base of our spine. So on me, it'd be roughly right about here, and I'm talking all the way down to the lower part of the belt line area. If we take a look at the model, okay, we have bone, disc, bone, and then the back of the spine, we have the actual joint. So if we look at the model, you can see here, bone, disc, bone, and the back of the joint. This is a very, very important curve in the back. So this curve helps protect the disc up front and helps protect the joint in the back. If I have too much curve, if my back gets real, people will call it like a sway back a lot. If it gets tilted so far forward, my hips roll forward, everything's getting pushed forward, what do you think is going to happen here? We're going to start to jam this part. That is called the rear facet. So when this starts to get jammed, we might have a real joint style pain. Just, oh, you can't get rid of it. You might get a lot of relief by bending forward. However, going back in extension, if you see here, that protects the disc. If your posture is stuck like this for a long time, where the hips are pulled back and this all straightens, what do we see? This opens up. The disc now gets pushed forward. If we start squeezing this, we might see a disc problem develop back here. So the reason that the curve sits like this is it protects us from both. In the front, it protects the disc. In the back, it protects the joint. So what you can do at home is a little bit of self-analysis to see, are you favoring one of these directions? And depending on what you see, you can stretch or work yourself out of that. So if you find yourself, when you stand up, that you feel like you're really a deep curve is happening here, the easiest thing that you can do at home is lie on your back, bring your knees to your chest, and start to stretch like this. If you find relief doing that, at least you know that it's going to be coming down this muscle side and the back part of the joint, okay? If your posture is stuck like this, almost like your hips are pulled forward and your back is really flattening, then you want to do extension moves. So a common move in yoga is called the Cobra. That move, right, you could start at home. You could lie down like this and go up on your elbows. If you find that that gives you a lot of relief, that's going to be very important to keep working on to help build the proper posture. So if you're having some generalized lower back pain at home, you can go through those two different ways of exercising your spine, and then you're going to find out which one is more dominant or better for you to do. Start working on that, try that for a little bit, and see if you find relief. Again, this is for short term to try to get you some relief today, but all in all, we want to work on the muscles and the structure around it to make sure that it stays healthy for the long term to avoid either a joint problem or a disc problem. If you can't get through it, if you're having a real hard time, you don't have the range of motion, it feels stuck, I would encourage you to seek some care, physical therapist, chiropractor, and start getting direction on which way that you need help. That might have an x-ray for some people. If you've had surgery or any other big complication, I would encourage you to maybe start with a practitioner prior to even trying these, but these are some good home tips. Understand that this is a 3-step process. Now, this is a short-term, get some help video so that you can feel better as you move down to the second step. The second step is actually seeking some care, getting some adjustments, getting some exercises, working on the tissue. And the third and final step is exercising, healthy living to keep the corrections that you've made and make sure you don't go backwards. So the key to all of this is to maintain strong range of motion and a healthy body. If you get through these videos and they're helpful, and you maintain full range of motion, you're already in good shape. As a practitioner, when a patient asks me, when am I done? How do I know that I no longer need to get adjusted? If you're in no pain and you have normal range of motion, that's all chiropractic can do. That's when you need to keep exercising, keep healthy. That can last for a lifetime. So it's important to go through these, make sure that you're getting good range of motion, make sure that you're pain-free. If you need to seek care, seek a chiropractor, hugely important. Get that out of the way so you can return back to full range of motion and being pain-free and living a healthy lifestyle.